Hello, Chelsea fans. Welcome back to the Blues Report, and remember to subscribe, then enjoy your news. Let's dive in. Chelsea intensify preparations ahead of Leverkusen clash. In pre-season, friendly. As the summer sun beamed down on Cobham, Chelsea's training ground was once again a hive of activity. The Blues are in the final stages of their pre-season preparations ahead of a highly anticipated clash against Bundesliga side Bayer Leverkusen. A match that promises to be a real test for Enzo Maresca's evolving squad. Following a summer of change both on and off the pitch, this training session was far from routine. It wasn't just about getting minutes in legs, it was about sharpness, tactical drills, chemistry, and impressing a manager with new ideas and a fresh tactical blueprint. Maresca's mark, building a new blue identity. Under the watchful eyes of Enzo Maresca and his backroom staff, the squad trained with intensity and structure. The Italian, known for his tactical obsession and positional play, has been implementing a new style of football, one rooted in high-pressing, positional discipline and controlled possession. Training began with a high-energy rondo session, where players rotated quickly in small circles, passing under pressure and moving constantly. Maresca's voice echoed across the training field, offering constant instruction and encouragement. Then came structured build-up drills. Split into groups, defenders and midfielders were tasked with playing out from the back under pressure, mimicking scenarios they would likely face against Leverkusen's aggressive pressing game. Goalkeepers Đorđe Petrović and Robert Sanchez were heavily involved, as Maresca emphasized the importance of playing with feet as well as hands. Youth shine bright. Among the standout performers in the session were the young stars who have impressed all summer. Estevan Willian, the Brazilian prodigy, dazzled once again with his balance, quick feet, and fearless approach. Though only recently arrived, he has already begun building chemistry with Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson. Jorel Hato, another summer signing from Ajax, looked composed beyond his years. During a tactical 11v11 segment, he formed a solid back line with Levi Colwill and Malo Gusto, showing calmness on the ball and sharp reading of the game. His ability to step into midfield with the ball caught the eyes of Maresca and assistants. Meanwhile, Keanu Dyer and Leo Castledine continued to push for more involvement, showcasing their work rate and technical ability in midfield transitions. New-look front line getting into gear. The front three combinations shifted regularly throughout the session. At times, it was Joao Pedro leading the line with Palmer and Mudryk, while in other segments, Sterling and Madweek flanked Nicholas Jackson. Joao Pedro looked particularly sharp. The Brazilian, signed from Brighton, dropped deep to link play, span behind the defense, and even converted a couple of chances during the final third drills. His quick understanding with Palmer could be crucial against a well-drilled Leverkusen side. Mykhailo Mudryk, looking bulkier and more confident than last season, zipped around the left flank, firing in low crosses and cutting inside to shoot. His fitness looks much improved, a sign that the Ukrainian has had a proper pre-season for the first time since his move. Palmer, the engine and brain Cole Palmer, was once again the standout figure in training. Whether in drills or in the scrimmage, he dictated tempo, found pockets of space, and looked like a leader. There was a calm authority to his play, someone clearly comfortable as the heartbeat of the team. During a full-pitch transition drill, Palmer picked out a brilliant diagonal switch to Sterling on the right, before darting forward to receive the return and slot it past the keeper. It earned him loud applause from the coaching staff. Palmer also spent extra time after training working on set pieces with Conor Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez. Maresca wants Chelsea to be more dangerous from dead balls, and Palmer's delivery is expected to play a huge part in that. Tactical drills and high intensity. Maresca halted the play several times during 11v11 tactical drills, pausing to reposition players or emphasize angles of attack. He has brought in a more structured approach to possession, and players are expected to hold zones, circulate the ball with purpose, and always think 2 passes ahead. He was particularly vocal with the fullbacks. Malo Gusto and Ben Chilwell were instructed to tuck into midfield when the ball was on the opposite side, mirroring the kind of inverted full-back role that Maresca utilized at Leicester and that Pep Guardiola made famous at Manchester City. The final part of the session focused on high pressing. Leverkusen, known for Xabi Alonso's fast transitions, will look to exploit any space behind the midfield line. Maresca set up his team in compact lines and drilled them on counter-pressing triggers, with emphasis on collective pressure and immediate ball recovery. Spirits high, intensity maximum. There was a palpable energy in the air throughout the session. Despite the intensity, the atmosphere remained positive. Players were seen laughing between drills, encouraging each other, and celebrating small wins. Even new arrivals like Estevão and Hato seemed fully integrated. Christopher Nkunku, though still in partial training, joined the group for warm-ups and ball work. His return from injury is getting closer, and there's a quiet optimism that he could feature in the final preseason games. Garnacho and Xavi Simons to Chelsea, a double deal shakes Europe. It was the kind of summer that Chelsea fans would remember for decades. After a frustrating end to the previous season, with near misses and underwhelming performances, the Blues' new board, led by sporting directors Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley, were determined to change the narrative. Todd Bowley's Chelsea were ready to flex their financial muscle again, but this time, smarter, faster, and more precise. And so, the transfer window exploded with two names that sent shockwaves through the Premier League. Alejandro Garnacho from Manchester United and Xavi Simons from Paris Saint-Germain, both on their way to Stamford Bridge in a stunning double swoop worth over 120 million combined. The Garnacho move, ripping red to blue. The Garnacho saga began in silence. For months, there were whispers of unrest between the young Argentine winger and the Manchester United management. Although Garnacho had moments of brilliance at Old Trafford, scoring crucial goals and dazzling with his fearless runs, his relationship with Erik ten Hag had quietly deteriorated. Chelsea moved in swiftly. By early July, an initial inquiry had been made. United hesitated. Selling to a direct rival? Unthinkable. But Bowley's offer, 65 million up front, plus 10 million in add-ons, tested the Red Devils' resolve. With Sir Jim Ratcliffe keen on balancing the books for financial fair play, and Ten Hag eyeing other profiles, the unthinkable slowly turned into the inevitable. Garnacho was torn at first. Leaving Manchester United, a club that gave him his platform, was not an easy decision. But Chelsea's new project was compelling. Under Enzo Maresca, the Blues were building a young, fast, technical side, and Garnacho was told he would be a key starter on the left flank. By mid-July, personal terms were agreed. Garnacho's entourage met with Chelsea officials in London and sealed a 5-year contract worth $180,000 per week. On July 22nd, Garnacho was spotted at Cobham for his medical. His Instagram post, showing a blue heart and hourglass emoji, exploded the internet. 2 days later, Chelsea made it official with a cinematic unveiling video. From red to blue, the beginning. The Simons shocker. A battle won. While the Garnacho deal was massive, the acquisition of Xavi Simons was arguably more strategic. For weeks, PSG had tried to convince the Dutch playmaker to stay in Paris. After an excellent loan spell at RB Leipzig, Simons had his pick of top clubs. Bayern, Arsenal, Barcelona, and even Manchester City showed interest. But Chelsea, operating with surgical precision, offered something none of the others could. Guaranteed minutes in a team built around him, in one of the world's most competitive leagues. Bowley and Stewart flew to Paris in late June to meet with PSG executives. Knowing PSG were hesitant to sell but understood the player's desire to leave permanently, Chelsea proposed a $48 million package that included sell-on clauses and a buyback deterrent. Simons was flown into London in secrecy. Chelsea wanted no distractions, He was shown the training ground, introduced to the vision of Maresca's football, positional play, high press and vertical transitions, and Simons was sold. By July 27th, the paperwork was signed. Chelsea's